Good morning, America. I'm Charles Gibson.
I'm Diane Sawyer, and it's Tuesday, September.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel of low frequent uploads and constant delays for every single documentary I make. And today we're doing a little interview, a little different from what I usually do, with the researcher and, I guess, if you want to say producer, of the Muzak that was found at the World Trade Center, original World Trade Center before the September 11th attacks. Today I am here with Wasp from the Wasp Muzak Archives. And Wasp, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, hi, I'm Wasp. I run the YouTube channel Wasp Muzak Archives. My channel is dedicated to the finding of once-lost World Trade Center Muzak songs played at the complex. I also post occasional recreations of both unidentified and identified but unfound songs heard at the complex, and I sometimes do other content, but this is the main focus.
Okay, to start off our interview, first question here, what is Muzak in really, general? Is there, different types of it? Is there just a certain type? Is it all instrumental? Are there lyrics? Just kind of help me through here.
Well, Muzak began in the early 1930s. It's changed a lot over the years, but the main idea of Muzak is instrumental background music that is commonly played in commercial and public places to bring a calm environment to the location.
So, basically, it's literally, it's only instrumental.
Muzak is only instrumental. Muzak, the channels that are on Muzak services can also have lyrics because it used different channels. But the main music by Muzak is instrumental.
Okay. So, alright. Next question. When was the Muzak first added to the plaza of the World Trade Center?
Muzak speakers were added to the plaza of the World Trade Center in summer of 1998. However, the actual music itself was added to other areas of the complex before 1998 in places such as the lobbies and the malls and the cafes.
Alright, next question. Since I know you've been working on this for a long time, and I'm pretty sure you said you were the head of the research for the Muzak, is that correct?
That is correct, yeah.
Okay. And if I remember as well, you started it off, but how long has the research really been going on for, since you first started?
Well, people have been searching for music, as far as I'm aware, since the early 2000s, heading towards 10, when there was footage from Jack Teoliocho released of the plaza during the September 11th attacks. But the real search began in November of 2021, to be exact, November 19th, when I created my Discord server dedicated to the finding of the songs. We found our first song, She Is Always a Woman, 1 month later on December 19th of 2021, and found songs on the days after that via the satellite channel Environmental.
What were those other songs that you found after She Was Always a Woman to Me?
We found The World I Know, After Love Is Gone, Say What's in My Heart, How Deep Is Your Love, What I Told You Lately, I think that's it. Oh no, Till There Is You and You Don't Know Me as well.
So, before you started your research, what first got you into the World Trade Center Muzak, or Muzak in general?
Well, I found the footage that I just mentioned from Jack Teoliocho around early 2019, I think. So I was kind of late to the interest of Muzak at the World Trade Center. But I did get interested from the moment I saw that footage. I thought it was really interesting how the music was playing on several other days, but they didn't turn the music off because obviously they just cared about getting out of the buildings and evacuating the area, so they never had the thought of turning the music off. So that's when my interest started in Muzak and the World Trade Center, pretty much.
Yeah, because, there's just so much going on, nobody knew. It could have been accident, terrorism, which is what it became, and, there's probably just such a mass panic, nobody really ever thought about turning it off, and it may have even, calmed some people down while evacuating.
Probably was on nobody's mind to turn the music off.
Yeah.
There was many people who were there at the time who recall hearing the music while evacuating the area, and people who filmed the music playing. And yeah, that's what got me into the music at the World Trade Center.
That's great. So, with your research that you've been doing for almost 2 years, I'd say, what's the process behind your research to discover what songs are played at the World Trade Center?
Well, it starts off with finding clips, mostly from pre-9/11. That is posted by the channel, pre-9/11 mostly. He searches for a lot of clips of the World Trade Center before the attacks, most of which you can hear the music playing in the mall, the plaza, and the lobbies. And we try to track down those songs, and some of them, as I said before, I remake certain songs. And some we've been looking for ages, but we haven't been able to find. Some we've been looking for we looked for about a few months, and we found them quickly. We find songs through multiple different sources. We find some through archived music libraries, some from emails sent to people who worked there, and various other ways we found these songs.
And then if I remember correctly, we've talked before, you also try to email sometimes the artists of the music to maybe get licensing to like upload it, or...
I've contacted several artists from the environmental channel. I think I've probably contacted the majority of them at this point, and I still contact them often today. Whenever we identify a new song, or we have new audio clips or video recordings from the plaza before 9/11, and the tapes are very hard to hear, so they don't usually recognize the songs. But they have been able to get us a few songs that we did have the name for.
So basically, you go to them like to get the full song, or just the permission to upload it?
Well, we contact them because it's one of our main ways of finding songs, mostly because we want to see if it's rang a bell for them. It seems like something they would have made, or to get more information about these songs played, to find out who they worked with. You can move on to different people. Sometimes they link these sources to contact other people. Yeah.
Yeah, so they kind of give you like a background of like everybody who was involved to help you with, finding other songs and stuff like that, basically.
Yeah, not all the people I contact are interested in what we're doing. Some are like don't really care, but they still help. They still help anyway. And some people find it interesting, and some people have even pretty much joined our search because they've actually been doing research for us recently.
That's cool. So as you were just saying about how you have certain people you email, like the music artists and stuff like that, to even help you, and now they're actually getting involved in the research. How many people do you actually have backed behind this project of finding old music from the World Trade Center?
Well, in terms of members, we have nearly 200. We have 176 to be exact. Only a certain percentage of those people are actually contributing to the research of finding the songs. But we have a lot of people who talk and communicate and give us their ideas about how to move on with the search, and it can be successful a lot of the time. Yeah, we have a decent amount of people working on it at the moment.
So, if I were to ask you for a number of how many people you think are working on it right now, how many would you say?
Well, there's not that many people actually doing research right now, but people do their occasional research. People sometimes they feel like they want to help a bit, so they can do anything to help, researching about the artists, finding who could have done what song, comparing songs to songs that we know played, and see what style fit the best. And yeah.
So it's kind of like a small group of people at the moment, basically. Just kind of like a group of people that are mainly doing all this kind of stuff that you just mentioned?
Yes, it's not a massive group. It's a lot bigger than it used to be. When we found first few songs, from She's a Wise Woman to How Deep Is Your Love, the 19th of December 2021 to the 28th, we had only around, I think we had around 30 members during that point in time. And now we have 176 members on our Discord server.
Yeah. And the Discord server is mainly where all of the communication goes through for like different members helping research?
Yeah, the Discord server is where we express all our ideas, all our opinions, and basically thinking of new ways we could find songs and identify songs.
Yeah. And I know we kind of already went over this question, but again, how really did the music work in the World Trade Center?
Well, we don't have that much information about how the music works, but what we do know is the music was hosted by the environmental channel, Muzak satellite channel. And that's pretty much all we know as of right now. We don't really know much about how it's changed, how the satellite channel has changed now. But yeah, on that's pretty much all we know right now. We're trying to figure out new things out.
So basically the music that you would hear playing, worked generically like any other off of a satellite network.
Yes.
Okay. Also, just as kind of like a little random question to throw out there, do you guys ever think you'll find all the music that played at the World Trade Center, or do you think maybe if this research continues, will be passed down onto maybe younger generations if it does become that big, and they will continue on finding all the music and finally find all of it, or does that just seem impossible?
Well, in terms of finding all the music from the World Trade Center, it depends if you're considering songs that weren't heard on videotapes and audio tapes, because the chances are there were probably thousands of songs played every day at the World Trade Center. Not every day, but there were probably thousands of songs played there throughout the time when they had it. But I think there will be a time where we end up finding all the songs from the tapes we currently have. And I don't know how long the search will go on for, but I think it will be something that people find interesting for a lot of time to come. I think people will know about it in decades, that people were searching for the music at one point.
Kind of relating back to the last question, how many music covers have you actually discovered that were played at the World Trade Center so far after going through multiple audio recordings, video recordings? Just how many have you found so far?
Well, we have found exactly 30 songs played from the environmental channel. There are other songs that played through different channels, such as the classical channels, and during Christmas time, sometimes they would play Christmas channels, festive channels, holiday channels. But the primary channel that they used at the World Trade Center was the environmental channel, and we found 30 of those songs so far.
Just some additional thoughts here, just a few more questions I was thinking of, is I know on YouTube there are a bunch of people who upload environmental music and usually related to the World Trade Center. And after, talking to you a bunch and getting a bunch of information and songs that were played there, I do see a lot of songs that weren't actually played there, but sometimes people will say that they were confirmed to be played there, or just put them up there without saying they're confirmed or not confirmed. How do you really feel about that, and what do you really do about that?
Well, I don't have a problem with unconfirmed music being posted occasionally. But when it gets to the point where, in my opinion, there's a ton more unconfirmed music posted on YouTube associated with the World Trade Center, with like a World Trade Center film now, World Trade Center background, I feel like it gets to the point sometimes where you can't really tell what songs are confirmed and unconfirmed at that point, and it makes it hard for people looking for songs that were heard in videos. It makes it harder for those people to find songs that are confirmed, which is why I'm trying to avoid posting unconfirmed music as much as I can. But now and again I do, but I would make it clear that the songs are unconfirmed if they weren't heard or captured in the video or an audio tape.
Yeah, so basically, like, your problem with the whole thing of people making so many music videos is that people, just like an average viewer, say, is starting to get into this. They might find or stumble upon these videos and take in false information about which video or songs are real or or not real, but confirmed or unconfirmed.
Yeah, that's what I'm slightly worried about.
Yeah. So I don't really have any more questions to really ask. I feel like we've gone over the generic or basics of Muzak World for World Trade Center mostly. Do you have any additional thoughts for the viewers or your community that may watch this? You know, just anything for someone.
Well, the search isn't ending anytime soon. We've got way many more songs to find, and we're going to continue doing the work that we're doing. Probably for the next few years. At least I will be. Even if other people aren't, I'm still going to be searching for the songs until I've had interest in this for years, and it's not gone away. So I'm going to keep searching for the songs until we find pretty much all the songs that we have found from audio clips, identified and the unidentified songs. Yeah.
Well, you know, that's great. I'm glad to hear that you are trying to bring back and revitalize the World Trade Center as it was before 9/11 and the September 11th attacks. It's cool to see, and if I'm correct, you weren't around during 9/11 like I was. So the fact that there's a lot of people in this community that weren't around for even the World Trade Center or were just too young or this invested into, you know, finding all this information about it and all this kind of stuff, and you were just another part of trying to rebirth or relive that time when the World Trade Center was still there, the original one at least. And it's cool to see that. So everybody, make sure to check out his Discord. It will all be in the links in the description. Make sure to check out his channel. Support him as much as you can. If you guys do want to help with the research behind the Muzak at the World Trade Center, feel free. WASP is always looking for new people, as I'm sure you are. That is pretty much going to wrap up this interview for tonight. It was great having you on, WASP. Would you like to say anything else?
It was nice. It was nice speaking to you.
Yeah.
And
after we took how long to do this, because I delayed it.
Yeah.
Yep, that's great. All right, everybody, we will see you all later. Thank you all for joining us tonight.